Well, thank you all so much for sharing your amazing intentional messages, both with toddlers and preschoolers. And so, some things that I noticed was how valuable it is for you that when you develop this intentional message, you not only develop it, but you are thinking about how are we going to relay that message to our students, right? Whether they're infants and toddlers and preschoolers, always thinking about giving them a description of what it is or what they're going to be learning about, but making those connections with the opportunity for them to explore with materials, right? Outdoors. And one thing that I think you all highlighted was your building, that you can use your building. And so we know that
Yes.
when it's something that the children are familiar with, it kind of rings a bell and they're able to make those connections so much quicker. And that was something that all three of you shared. And so I thought, what an amazing way to connect that intentional message with something that the children are familiar with. And then highlighting and bringing in the families to support is even makes the intentional message even more intentional, right? For those learning opportunities for the children in your classroom. So that was amazing
Yes.
work there, and in such a short amount of time, where you were able to develop an intentional message for preschoolers and infants and toddlers, and that just speaks volumes for your dedication that you have in using the pull strategies and supporting the children in general. So yeah.
Yeah, for me,
Thank
what
you,
really
Anna.
stood out is seeing how, using the same anchor text and similar vocabulary, you can develop it both for preschool older children and then for young toddlers and still, you're scaffolding in different ways, but you guys effortlessly showed how you can still use that. Some people think, oftentimes I think we get into the thinking that, oh, they're young toddlers, they're infants, I can't teach them about construction, but when you put it into terms of we're going to dig and we're going to use blocks to build foundations, and those are things that they're familiar with. And so you guys really effortlessly showed how anchor texts they transcend all age groups, right? They're not just
Yes.
for one age. And vocabulary can be used, intentional messages can be used with all age groups, from our youngest infants and toddlers to our older preschool, and beyond. But it really
Mhm.
sets the focus for the day, and it was really clear what the children will be doing. So I love how you showed how, this is today we're going to dig, we're going to be builders, we're going to be engineers, we're going to be construction workers. It's really clear, and I think it really gets the children involved in their own learning, which is what we want to do. um, you get the children involved and you're planning, like Anna said, you're planning all of your learning and your activities around this central message, and it really makes their learning come alive. So you guys,
Yes.
And if
amazing.
I
Thank you.
Yeah, add both, all three of you shared the importance of introducing those sophisticated words, right? Even with infants
Mhm.
and toddlers, sometimes we hear, "Oh, that's a hard word. Are you sure they're going to understand it? Maybe we should simplify it." But what we know is that children have the capacity to learn and understand when we provide them with those rich learning opportunities, and everything that you shared really is that. And not thinking about, oh, they're not going to understand that word. They are going to understand it, and this is
Mhm.
how I'm going to support that understanding, allowing them an opportunity to come in contact with hands-on learning experiences, which is going to help them make the connection from that word to the action. And so when they hear that word again, dig or engineer or construction worker, they're going to know exactly what that is because they've had the opportunity to experience it. And so that was amazing.
That's right. Thank you,
How
Anna.
incredible to hear, toddlers, that language development of using words like engineer and construction worker and builder. And that's because we're really being so intentional. You're being so intentional with scaffolding their language development and vocabulary. So incredible job. Thank you guys for sharing with us.
Thank you.